crafty friends, and welcome to Make It Monday. I'm Trina Woodihana. Today I have something exciting to share with you. I've been looking forward to this and I'm so excited it's happening today. So I have here two of my cutting machines that I've been using for a number of years now. I started with a Silhouette Cameo machine, great machine, and then after a few years I upgraded to the Cricut Explore Air 2. Loved that, and I've had so much fun designing and creating with these machines. Today I'm going to be unboxing my new Cricut Maker. I love it that it gives us so many more materials to use, and so I'm really looking forward to opening that box with you and diving in to see what it can do. Now with the Cricut Air 2, I was able to use a few different materials. I think you might have used a few different, like maybe fabric. I haven't tried that, but what I was mostly using was kind of four things. First, I was making my own stencils with stencil film or acetate so I could use them for inking onto my projects. Loved that feature. Second thing I've been doing is cutting my print then cut sheets. I've designed lots of these. I print them onto cardstock, put it on my mat and run it through my machine, and it die cuts all my images out instead of me cutting with my scissors. Game changer for me, and I just love that feature. One of the most common materials I've been using is cardstock and pattern papers. That's my go-to. Great for making boxes, fancy fold cards, things like scrapbook titles, so I use my machine a lot for that. And the other material I've used, not quite so much, but a little bit, I've used adhesive vinyl. So I've been able to cut out labels to put on my containers and do basic signage and things like that. So it's been great for that. Now with the Maker, they have a much wider range of materials, and so we're going to explore what some of those can be. And here we are, my new baby to play with. Let's get started in opening this box. Now it has some little seals on the side, so I'm just going to slice those. I'll try and peel them back a little bit. Okay, we're just going to have a little look at the outside of the box. So I'll turn it and show you what's on the end. It just has some basic information about it. And then this particular box is a bundle. So on the back, it's actually got a sticker here that describes what is in the bundle. And to be honest, in the store, I was reading through this. My husband said, just get it, you know you want one. But I wanted to see what is in this bundle. And just reading through that list, I can see how much value is added in this bundle just with the tools that are included. And so on this end here, it just shows that it's got the rotary blade, which I think is going to be an awesome feature. So we'll come back around to the front. And one of the things that I really loved was on the top of the box, hopefully you can see that, it shows you some of the tools that are included. Okay, we're going to open the seals on the box and find out what's inside. So I'll just turn this a little bit so you can see. Now, I'm going to just slide my scissors across there. I'm going to try and peel these stickers back. And then we can pull these little tabs open on the box. Let's get in here. Okay. Oh, I can see some fun samples already. So I'm going to pull some of these things out of the box, put them here on the desk, and then we can have a really good look at what is in the kit. So first we've got this Let's Get Started box from Cricut.com. That feels like it's got some nice weight in it. I'm excited to see what's in there. We've got a Cricut Premium Vinyl Sample Pack. Looks like it's got 6 pieces of 12 by 12 vinyl, but we can have a closer look. I'll open that and we'll see exactly what's inside. We've got some transfer tape. We'll look closer at those details soon. Ooh, everyday iron-on Cricut vinyl. Looks like metallics. We have some glitter gel pens. I've never tried those, that looks cool. Yay, the essentials, we've got some tools. Pretty hard to do cricketing without the decent tools. I've already got some, but this has got some extras that I don't have, so love that. This box. Oh, foil transfer kit. I'm excited to see how that works. And it looks like we might have a couple of mats tucked underneath. Yeah, we've got two 12 by 12 Cricut mats, a light grip and a fabric grip. Awesome. I'll have to flatten those out. And then we've got our machine. Let's just carefully put this down. And of course we've got the cables here. And then last in the bottom of the box, we've got the power cable for our machine. Okay, so that's everything unpacked, and we'll dive in and have a closer look at all the goodies that were inside this box. Okay, so I've got a pile of little goodies here. I'm going to dive in and see what they actually all are in depth. I'll just move these off to the side. Let's take a look at what's in the Let's Get Started box. Okay, let's get this opened. Sorry, I'm going to try and open it where you can see it and I can see it. Oh, materials for your first project. Nice. I'll take this out and we'll see what else is in here, because obviously this will have some materials. Open Me First. Unleash this beauty. Can you see that? Plug in and power on your fabulous new Cricut machine. So that's number 1. Number 2, get connected. Just go to Cricut.com, set up. We'll walk you through every step. Cool. Number 3, make a little something. During setup, we'll make a practice project with materials in the box. And number 4, bookmark this page. Oh, okay, so this is telling us to bookmark Cricut.com/create. You'll find every resource you need to master your new machine. Enjoy. All right, put that over there. Welcome. You've got this and you've got us. Okay, so this is Cricut Help. We have a warranty and Cricut Maker welcome box. And so that's, oh, it's got pictures, nice pictures. Okay, so this is going to tell us a lot about our Cricut machine, mats, accessories, other tools we can add. Very cool. Okay, I'll have to have a good look at that in a moment. And then we have here the rotary blade. I'm excited to try this. You can see it's got little gears on there, so that's going to make a big difference, I think, for driving the mechanism of the rotary blade. Now let's see, there's a thumb hole here. We'll see if there's anything else in the box. Okay, so we've got a USB cable to connect our Cricut machine to our computer. We've got a nice pen. I think that's a black fine point pen. And we've got Cricut rotary blade cap. Okay, I'm not sure what we do with this yet, whether that's just a safety cap or whether we need it for another function. I'm not sure, but we'll find out as we go. Now I might have a quick look in this envelope where it says materials for your first project. Let's take a look at what's inside this envelope. Alright, that feels like textured cardstock. Oh, and so does that. Okay, so we've got 2 pieces of cardstock in the special envelope. So I guess this is what we can do our trial cuts with when we set up our machine, and just to see how the blade reacts. And yeah, I guess probably in the welcome book they'll have a little bit more information about that, I'm guessing. I'll have a bit of an in-depth read. I think that's going to be too long for our video, but we'll just see. Okay, let's slide this baby onto my desk right in the middle here and open the pack and see what it looks like. I'm sure you've seen these online already, but I can't wait to see it in person. Nice. Okay, I'm going to take my little scissors and very carefully just open the plastic a little bit so that I can try and slide along. I don't want to scratch my machine, so I'll just try and peel it back. Okay, first time opening the machine. I'm guessing I just lift the lid. I don't see any button that says push to open, like on the Air 2, it has an open button. So let's just gently lift this and see. Oh wow, cool. It's like magic. Nice and sleek. Oh, okay, this has sort of a textured pattern on it. I don't know if we can see it on camera. Makes it kind of non-slip a little bit. And you could probably see it's got this little trough here at the top. So this is where you could stand your iPad if you're using an iPad to use your machine. I'm probably going to hook this up to my computer because I do all my designing and currently do all my cutting straight from my PC. Who knows whether in the future I might feel like I need to treat myself to a new iPad to go with my machine. I don't know. We'll see. If I do that, I'll let you know. But for now, I'm going to be hooking mine up to my computer to run it. But that's really cool that you can actually put your device there, and I guess it can rest up against this back, and you can control your machine from there. Okay, over here we can see we've got a couple of buttons here. We have a power button. We have the arrow button, which you would use to insert your mats, to feed the mats into the machine and then eject the mats when you finish cutting. We've got this little Cricut icon, which is kind of like the go button. I'm guessing, like, judging from the machine I've used previously, you'd insert the mats and then you'd push this to go to start the cutting or scanning or whatever it's going to do. And then you've got a pause button too. If for any reason you need to stop the cut, if you have a problem or if you need to step away for a moment, you can pause the cut and then come back and resume the cut afterwards. So awesome that we've got those features. Now you can see in here it's got the double carriage where we've got room for the cutting blade, and then we've got a pen holder as well. You can see we've still got this packaging here. So I'll just try and gently remove that foam. That's nice and solid the way it holds that all together. And so of course you've got these little wee clips here to release the knife holder, so we could switch that out. And you can see if I just push that, it pushes the blade down so that you can change the blades when they need renewing. But it's nice that it's magnetic and holds that up nicely in there, and it will just nest back into that slot, close that clamp and lock it into place. Now this one here is the pen holder. I'll just bring the pen that came in the box. Let me just find that. Okay, so I've got the pen. Let's just take it out of the packet and I'll just show you how that would fit. You know, my other machine, I've had a pen for it and I still have not used the pen feature. I need to try that out. Now on the pen, you'll see it's got a little arrow here. And we're going to just slide that cap off. So it is a black fine pen. And then the arrow is going to show us where we need to insert, like the direction. So I would unclamp A, slide this pen in, and I think you've got to slide it till it clicks. Yep, clicks into place, and then you would close that clamp, and then your pen is ready to draw or do writing, whatever you program inside your software to do. Your pen can go around. Now this is also the spot that you can use for a scoring tool. So on my older machine, I have a scoring tool here, and all these Cricut tools will have the arrow to show you how to insert that. So I'll just take this out, the pen. So you just lift that out and I'll put the lid back on. And then the scoring tool, I should be able to just insert that the same and lock it into place. Well, that's interesting, it's dropped it down. So if I had an SVG cut file that I've designed to make a fancy fold card, I can put the cardstock into the machine and it will do the score lines using the scoring tool, and then it will cut out the shape of my fancy card. So that's an awesome feature that we can use as well with scoring and cutting. Now I think perhaps one of the favorite features of most Cricut users is this awesome little storage caddy in the front door. As it lays down, you can open this up and it's got space to store your tools, which is really awesome. So little things like your pens, all your extra tools. If you've got other pieces that you want to store in here, they're good to go. You can store your little blades. And I actually have little replacement blades from my other machine that you could just store in here. I love that it has this little magnet here. And it's got these little grooves. I'm imagining that you can slot little individual blades here and it'll hold the metal parts of the blade and they can nest in there. And it's awesome that it also has this patterning in the bottom there, sort of like a diamond pattern, I guess, so that it's not so slippery and slick. It kind of matches the lid as well. And so you've got that pattern in there that will help your tools to sort of get a little bit of a grip in there. And then if we close that down, you can see that all our tools are, nice and secure in there and snug. Another great storage feature on the Maker is this little cup caddy here. I love that this has two sections. My older machine had one little cup and it got full of tools really, really quickly. The other thing I like about this is one side, the back part, is deeper for your taller, longer tools. And then this one is a little bit shallower and it's got like a sort of a rubberized grip in there to stop things sliding around. So that's awesome. So I've got a couple of old tools and we'll just see how they sit in there. Oh, that's nice. So, I mean, you can fit a bunch of tools in there. And then if you've got smaller things like your Cricut mini scrapers, probably you could put other little bits and pieces in there as well that are a bit shorter. That's awesome, that is so handy. Okay, I'm gonna close up the machine and spin it around to show you where the power cable and the USB cord would go to hook it up to your machine. So I'm just gonna fold up that front door, close this top down, and then I'll just gently spin it round. And so over on this side here, we've got two little ports. We have a round one that will go with our power cord, and then we have the USB cable insert as well. And I love that they're both on the same side and clustered together. It just makes it so much easier for setting up your desk. I've used a number of different machines over the years. I have a great big vinyl plotter where the data cable was at one end and the power cable was at the other. It was kind of a bit messy and a little bit hard to get your desk nice and tidy and functional. So I love that they have both of those things in this end of the machine. Really awesome. And of course we have a little gap at the back, which is where your mat will come in and out, or your materials. If you're using vinyl, etc., as the machine works and it runs the material through for cutting, it's going to come out the back here. So of course when you set up your desk, you need to give yourself a little bit of clearance for that material to run through without getting caught, otherwise it's going to damage all your cutting. So that's the basics of the machine. Let's take a look at some of the other materials that we had just in a little bit closer detail. Alright, now we know we got lots of goodies in the box. I want to actually have a look in detail at what these goodies are. First, I'll move some things to the sides and let's have a look at one of the critical things for using with a Cricut, which is the cutting mats. Now in this box we got two mats. There was the pale blue, which is a light grip, and then there is the pale pink, which is a fabric grip. Now in the booklet that comes in our starter kit, it shows you that there are 4 different kinds of Cricut mats available. So you can see there in the book we have light grip, the pale blue, we have the green, which is a standard grip, we have purple, which is a strong grip, and then the pink, which is a fabric grip. And so in the booklet it tells you, and you can find this information online as well on Cricut.com, about the kind of mats and what they're best used for in terms of materials. In the box we also got these 3 tube packages, if you like, of different materials. So one, we have a roll of transfer tape. Now when you cut out your vinyls and weed or peel away the rubbish that you don't want to use and you're left with your design, you need some way to transfer that onto the surface, whether it's on a signboard, on a jar, on a container, whatever you're using your vinyl with, you need a way to transfer that. If it's regular vinyl, transfer it onto your surface of your project. So this is what the transfer vinyl is for. It's a clear vinyl, and I'll open it and show you. I'll just cut through that little bit of tape. So it has this little piece wrapped around it, which is going to give you instructions on how to use the transfer tape. And then we have the actual roll of transfer tape as well, and it's got some tape holding it into place. Now the great thing is it has all these lines where you can actually cut it with your scissors and trim it down to size so that it will kind of fit over whatever your project is. You don't have to wrestle with the whole roll. If you're just cutting a small a name or a label to go onto a container or on a bag or a box or whatever, you can just cut out a little piece that's going to cover that vinyl, and so you would peel it off. It always has a backing sheet, so you would peel the transfer tape off the backing sheet and then transfer it over onto your project. Now I, in a past life, was a sign writer for a while and we would use transfer tape all the time to do this as well. So you'll see that it's clear and it's nice and thick, and this waxy backing paper just helps to hold the adhesive until you're ready to use it. If you're careful, you can sometimes use this transfer tape more than once. It'll pick up vinyl a couple of times, and then you put it onto the surface, rub it, and then you can reuse it a couple of times if it stays clean, usually. So that gives you a little bit more life out of it. So yeah, you can do quite a lot with this transfer tape that you've got here. And then of course they sell rolls of transfer tape at a lot of craft stockists, so you could get more once you've used that roll. Okay, our second package is iron-on vinyl, and so again this is just going to be able to peel the plastic to get that packaging off. Again, we have a little instruction piece that is sort of like a little wrapper to hold it all together. And then we've got some rolls of vinyl here. These are iron-on that you could do your own t-shirts. I think you can transfer this onto things like albums using a heat press. So you could use the Cricut heat press if you've got one. You might be able to use other heat presses as well. I've got a big clamshell one for doing t-shirts, so it might work for that, I'm not sure. But that's in the package. And in the third tube we have premium vinyl. So this is what you would do little signs and labeling if you want to label all your kitchen containers and things like that. So it's nice that it has this little storage tube. We can remove the top and just slide the vinyls out, and it's supposed to have 6 different colors in here. We'll just get the red out. Now if it's stuck in the tube, if you can get that tail just sort of wind it in on itself a little bit, and hopefully it'll come unstuck from just the static inside the container. So we've got a piece of red, looks like it's pretty much 12 by 12. And on the back, again, it's got lines. If you would like to cut it a little bit smaller to go onto one of your Cricut mats, you can. We've got orange, a nice golden yellow, a nice vibrant emerald sort of green, blue, and then a dark green. And of course you can purchase rolls of vinyl of single color with quite a bit on the roll. There's lots of stockists everywhere where you can get Cricut vinyl. Okay, we've got a Cricut weeding set. So we've got a number of tools in here, 5 pieces. Looks like we have some tweezers, like fine tip tweezers. And then another set of tweezers that has little points on the end. A little weeding hook. And then a second weeding hook, like a little pick. And this one looks like a straight pick tool, and it looks like they have a protective cover on each one of them because these tools are quite sharp, which they need to be in order to work. So I'll open this later on. The back is perforated so that you can actually punch the back out and get your tools out. Okay, in this bundle we also got some glitter gel bright pen set. Some glitter gel pens. Very cool. And so you can see they've got the little arrow for inserting, just like earlier I showed you how to insert the black fine point pen. And it says that these are 0.8 nibs, so I think they might be quite a decent size, because I think the little fine pen is a 0.1. And so that should be able to go into the machine and draw around designs that we set up, and it'll have a nice glitter gel pen that comes out. Also in the box in this bundle, we got the foil transfer kit, and I'm really excited to see what this is about. Foiling is such a huge thing in crafting nowadays, and I've got the Mink machine to do foiling. I've got the Go Press and foil machine by Couture Creations, where you can put the hot foil plates and heat it up and transfer foil onto your projects that way. And then this one I've never actually really looked at before, but this is a foil transfer kit as well. So I'll just open the package. It's just got a little bit of information in different languages on the back. We'll just open this, see what's inside. Oh, okay, I'll turn it that way. So it looks like we've got some little pieces of foil, silver, and I think it might be some gold foil in there as well. And then we have this little, it looks like a knife holder, and there's 3 different tips. Okay, can you see there? There's a 1 line, 2 line, and 3 lines on those tips. So those would go into this housing and go into the machine. There's a tiny little booklet here. I'll just quickly see what that says. It says, let's get started. Okay, and here in English, it tells me that I've got the housing, and there's a fine, medium, and bold point. We've got some foil transfer sheets and some tape. So this has a little bit of information for you about the transfer kit, and then of course you would use Cricut Design Space to set up your designs, and it probably has further instructions there on how to set up your foiling. Alright, wasn't that so much fun? I loved unpacking this bundle. There's so many cool things to try. Can't wait to try out this foil transfer kit. Really excited about that. Of course, I'm always excited to have more tools to use. And then we've got all those pens. Like I said earlier, I've never really tried the pen feature. Maybe now it's time for me to actually put those things in and do some drawing on my projects using the Cricut machine. Looking forward to that. Of course, I love the mats, love the vinyl. I know I'm going to get good use out of those. And so I'll come back with some other videos in the future showing you how the machine is going, maybe give some more tips and tricks and a little bit more in-depth use. on my new Cricut Maker. So I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Until then, happy crafting!